The Ohio-class submarines have served the U.S. Navy well. However, because more than 3 decades have passed since they initially entered service, it is now time for a change, especially considering how far the U.S. enemies have come in developing advanced warfare technologies. The United States has long maintained its nuclear deterrent with the same complement of T-4 nuclear-powered submarines of the Ohio class. Nonetheless, the year 2008 marked the beginning of construction on a submarine of a new generation called the Columbia. And in case you are wondering why you haven't heard of the project before, it was because it was moving at a snail's pace up until now. The main reason the United States has been compelled to make adjustments to their national defense strategy is due to the arrival of Russia's new Boris missile submarines of the 4th generation. The modernization of their nuclear arsenals is the primary emphasis of their current military spending plans, and nonetheless, the United States presidential administration has also placed a high premium on the initiative to construct 12 submarines of the Columbia class that are capable of carrying strategic missiles. According to the information that has been gathered regarding this American submarine missile carrier, it will be over 560 feet in length and have a maximum width of 43 feet. On board, there is space for a total of 155 crew members. It is estimated that about 21,000 tons will be displaced. The submarine will be equipped with a nuclear reactor, which will power its electric engine and allow it to travel at a speed of 30 knots. And though it may appear shocking, the distance this vessel can cover is limitless, simply meaning that it will not require refueling at any point during its operational lifetime. The propeller will be replaced with a water jet propulsor, and the General Dynamics Corporation, a military-industrial corporation, is behind the technical design of the revolutionary submarine. However, as impressive as the submarine's technical capabilities sound, is also its cost, which comes at around a staggering $130 billion. This is the amount of money that is anticipated to be spent on the construction of the 12 Columbia submarine. An incredible $15 billion will be spent on the lead ship, with an estimated $4 billion going toward design expenditures. Each of the subsequent ships will have a price tag of $6 billion. But this cost is nothing when you consider how much of an upper hand the new vessel has over the outdated ones. The primary advantage of the Columbia submarines is an enhanced service life of up to 42 years through the utilization of modern, more dependable hull structures and elements. Next, the reactor helps Columbia function without reloading, dramatically cutting the time spent on maintenance. Thirdly, the submarine is outfitted with the most cutting-edge armament and technology tools, which, when combined, will increase the submersible's capacity for covert operations, evasion of detection, and survival in hostile environments. All these objectives are achieved by the installation of water jet propulsors, as well as the main all-mode propulsion motor instead of turbos, electric motors for efficient operating employment of new forms of soundproofing, and improvements in the weaponry. In addition, the submersible also has the capability of being outfitted with the Submarine Warfare Federated Tactical System, which combines sonar optical surveillance and weapons control. The sub will be armed with cutting-edge ballistic missiles, each of which will have a greater range and precision than its predecessors. Indeed, there is no information available regarding these missiles, not even the fact that the choice has been made to do so. We can therefore assume that Columbia will initially be armed with the same missiles as Ohio. The missiles that were put into service in 1990 are in no way inferior to the Russian Bulava the Boris are armed with. The missiles aside, does the Columbia class have any other advantage over its Russian competition? The outside dimensions of the Columbia and the Boris are comparable. The entire length is somewhere between 170 and 171 meters, and the largest diameter of the cylindrical section is anywhere between 43 and 44 feet. The entire displacement of the Russian cruiser, while it is submerged in water, is 24,000 tons and 14,700 otherwise. The respective numbers for Columbia come in at 18,300 and 23,100. However, the Russians are partial to the more conventional double-hull design, which features solid inside and outside hulls. The American preference, on the other hand, is for a single uninterrupted hull. The operating depth, approximately 1,300 feet, and the maximum speed, approximately 30 knots, are relatively close for both vessels. While the Russian submarine has a crew of 107, the American model boasts 155 personnel. The number of launching shafts that are carried by each variety of submarine is 16. The R-30 Bulava solid-fuel ballistic missile is the primary armament of the Boris-class submarines. This 37-ton missile is equipped with 6 specific, individual guided warheads and can travel for a distance of over 9,000 kilometers. On the other side, there is currently no information available regarding the new missile that will be installed on the Columbia boats. However, assuming that these subs have the same missile as the Ohio class, the Trident 2D5, we can draw a good comparison. The Trident on the Ohio class has a total weight of 59 tons, measuring 13.6 meters in length, and has 3 stages. It can carry a block of 8 to 12 deployable warheads, but due to the limits imposed by the Strategic Offense Arms Reduction Agreement, this capacity is not being utilized. According to reports in the press, the maximum payload type can travel 4,870 miles, while the decreased takeoff weight variant can travel 7,500 miles. The Trident appears to be a more formidable weapon overall. Therefore, the new missile will most likely be at least as effective as the old one. It is anticipated that the first ship of the Columbia class will be constructed and put into service between the years 2021 and 2030. In addition, all 12 of the missile carriers in the series are scheduled to be finished by the year 2042. If this strategy adheres, it will be possible to continue using these submarines until the year 2084. How will this project turn out? Tell us in the comments below. This brings us to the end of this video. If you liked the video, please consider subscribing and sharing so we can keep bringing more content like this. See you next time.